They also say, but I want to believe that at any point in time, Yankopon, you want to do so. You're sorry, I no pay. O sereni bibi, me sereni bibi, obi anso sereni bibi. Obi sereni se nsuo nto. Obi nso sereni se mansuo nto. In the midst of all this, I was so making a decision as to whether so mansuo ato, and as so many day or mansuo nto. Enti Yankopon enim near eye, and for us believers, okay. For you to become a believer, you should believe in the ordainment of Allah. It is ordained. Enti enya ompaibo no ena beden ebe si hu kwan. Ompaibo no etimi eden eboa. Ema Nyankopon eye no ede ne hihye foforo ede eba. Nanso the ordainment of God is one of the pillars. It's one of the pillars of faith. So going forward, we are going to also put in much effort in terms of prayer and all that. Okay. Because in all things, prayer no any day. So then
back to the other question. Do you support Bawumia because he is a northerner and a Muslim like you? Is it because of that?
I personally support Mahmoud Bawumia because I feel strongly. Say, we're vice president. I'm a young near Wotumiaye as vice president. And then, na town fumpo in him say, as far as ideas are concerned, set your day idea a dem puntuning kanko ebe bre or mine. He has that capacity. Yenim say, seni ye ma others in the past no. Se ye enonso manwa ebeboaye. Doro metina se dwene ho say no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye de yempenimfo ni bi ekokoye no. In the history of this country, obi anywhere oba elections, both NDC and NPP, they don't call elections or winning on his first attempt. And to say a repetition in the past. Next year, winning elections the biom and there was a year. There was a repeating for the second time. You're repeating for the second time you beat me a day. I will need the 2028 elections. So the rule I want to say Nipa Dodona Oman Tuaba in 2024. Nipa close to about 1.7 million, right?
2.1 million.
And within NPP
and 2.1 million.
2.1
and Antuaba
million.
Yes, and Nipa Tuaba man and Nado or man Tuaba in the last election, about 2.1 million.
So 2.1 million. And then menu kasi unim say enuhuaba.
Me sure.
Unim say enuhuaba.
Me sure pa.
Enti enuhuna ebaye no. Saafo no na say 2028 omo sa aba beto aba amaya. They na chere say will not win the election. What you must say?
Yes.
And equally we have Nipa about 1.7 swa. Womo no omankoto. Omokoto ma NDC for.
Yes.
What you must say?
Yes.
Those people no, most of them are floating voters. Okay? Ne asema omo can say I'm for Dr. Bawumia Amma Omonto aba enfama obi I didn't babia. Right? But with 2.1 now me NPP for no obi I didn't babia no ombede.
Bibi no man koto
aba. Enti Dr. Bawumia ba ombeto. Ye do be fuforo nso ba obe. But the floating voters among the 41% na yenya no. Okay? The floating voters among the 41.2 na yenya no. Safo no say yanto amfa mma Bawumia. Ombede ato whom will they vote for? Because womono etumano because of his personality. Etumano because of Neniswe di hunu, okay, the modern bo bibia what day the actually say akonya na ma no obetimi agu man no eno no mo gina so na o me yeden o mo to abama no enti dawru me gibi say these are the reasons I was say yes support to Dr. Bawumia for all intent and purposes. If we want the shortest way to power in 2028, history has it that I was say you repeat Dr. Bawumia. Say you are repeating what it means is that we are likely to lose the next election in 2028. I mean first because say the history back idea here. Yeah, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And then the third term, so now the winning elections. So the third term, and now winning 2016 elections. Yeah, Prof. Mos.
And also in the third term.
And also in the third term, now the winning elections. Okay. President John Dramani Mahama. Yame Ede Prof. Mos. A call in the and or serve as president, okay, because of a year, you say, oh, you made no call, let's find a replacement about the year and all that, and I saw to about the man in 2012. 2016, what happened? He had to face 2 election defeats.
Yes, in
2020. So in 2016,
the Befan said 2016 no election
on his own as John Dramani Mahama.
Yes,
he had to lose 2 elections. In fact, so Obi Kachere me say after losing 2 elections, President John Dramani Mahama can win election again in 2024. And Kameka say no enye no kra. Obi a fi say enya dia ebesibio. Yeah. One comes at a point, not one person or contest.
But the Bushia for no crime, the Bushia for the front page or graphic.
Yes,
a publisher class
on
money maybe. Because he was the first sitting president who lost by a million votes. So at the ABCBiano, there's a first time. And you see at that time, send a first time. And you lose super toy. Say no, say first time. And yes, something will happen again. And Adia majority or parliament no metena se ehwa na me say emissary your mind people are driven by their personal interests than even ultimately the constitution of the Republic of Ghana. The national interest no very minimal. Yensheda and for national interest no in question. Ade at the NSC now we shall near a cost woman how on earth and constitutional process okay air coso high courts are making ruling. High court a cost of first instance for parliamentary election petition. Court of first instance Emma Nediano Nipakrona appeal was a file stay a stay of execution. Okay, and I was file a judicial review. It was Supreme Court. When you know, does that mean that an appeal in itself is just a mere formality? And in fact, lawyers in private culture say outcome of the appeal no transfer on the action to be taken now. So
what it means is that the seat cannot be declared vacant.
And you know the most annoying part, and I pay update from the search of my court nature say you are serving Seturara on the clerk of parliament.
Of course.
I want responding.
Yes.
But he chose to rather write to electoral commission.
So when you look at all these things happening, you ask yourself, in the not too distant future, se bibimpo si na se majority in parliament, okay, a opposition political party, what will become of Ghana? Deuru se a buying political party be winning presidential election. Now parliamentary elections, no majority no equal to the opposition. What will happen in this country?
And the hard dream. Because see, can you imagine say Ghana by 2/3 majority in parliament to beat me impeach president?
Yes. So
the NDC 4 year no. Say a NPP in the war Bemukran NDC 4 to 10 to president.
That is what I'm talking about. And even government business in itself, no, it will suffer.
Time in your hang parliament, the government business suffered
significantly.
Yeah.